I think this is one of the most important documentaries that I've seen, and I've seen hundreds of documentaries. We're not trying to make any money off of this documentary. If you look in the first paragraph, I think the term gratis is in there somewhere. We're not charged for this. We're not liable for this. We have no ownership of this property. But this is very key for our people in this village to see this documentary, and we will put some promos together to let the public know that it's on our channels.
And you definitely need cameras, because seeing is believing. We could talk about it all day long. The pudding was in the pot right there, so you actually see what was actually going on.
And I'm glad it happened and glad it came out, because sometimes TV keep people honest.
Because it's very dangerous what we're doing, very dangerous.
Mayor, did you get my information that I needed you to release Mr. Steve to put this up tonight? Did you receive that? And you told that investigative body that you know nothing of what Stan Urban did, and of course my response was BS.
Well, first of all, I'm not going to sit here and let you interrogate me. I'm not sure who you think you are.
I'll continue then, and they'll just go in the record. And the reason why I asked the mayor this, because I asked the media department to show a 4-minute clip tonight.
Now, I know Trustee Muhammad ran for mayor and got 300 or so votes, somewhere in that realm, 360, and that might have been a little embarrassing, you know? And I think it could be difficult to stand up here and watch the man sitting here in the seat, Mayor Rogers, who defeated you as the mayor.
Didn't get the cooperation, and he did say, the media director, he has to get permission from his supervisor or manager. But the bottom line is, we do have the agreement here, and I would hope that the trustees go. We just want a consensus tonight that we would like to show this to the residents of the village of Dolton.
Well, as a former employee of the Department of Corrections, I turned around and I went inside Smokies. In there, you could purchase illegal cigarettes. I know because I bought a pack. He asked me, did I want to buy a pack? I'm like, yeah. You could buy some pills. The guy told me that they do everything but make you hallucinate. And I might be pronouncing the word wrong. It's called hookers, all type of pipes, drug paraphernalia that's in our community. I think this is a good idea for these young people to watch the documentary. You know what? I'm not going to do this with you tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, but take a look at yourself.
But I can tell you.
Okay, take a look at yourself.
I can tell you there was no license issued to that business. The police chief was in there doing an inspection, and he told you exactly what he saw and asked the people to leave. So if that's not conducting business without a license, then what is?
And maybe if you just reach out to one individual, then and save one child, then that's a child of ours saved. The hookah store did not have license either. Smokies, when I went in there, they didn't have any license either.
They have a
I
license.
looked, they probably have it now.
They had
because
it
you
then.
have a tendency of
They
giving
had
it
it
to
then.
them after the fact.
That's not true.
But that is true, Mayor. But I know, you know,
Okay.
NPC, Mayor, NPC.
You're going to find out.
Okay, NPC. During my tour of duty, over 75% of the young men and young women, because if this is what we're displaying, then that's appalling to me and every other woman that go to Melanie Fitness Center, and that's a government building. And so if you reach out and you could save just one, that's one of our children to be saved.
From the video, what I've seen, I think is a very good video for our community to see. A few things that can help the village to save money. So I want to ask Matt if you would kind of explain what the leak survey proposal is.
And they found that the village was losing 306,720 gallons per day in water. So we were able to go out, repair the leaks.
You stated to me, correct me if I'm wrong, that at the present time we didn't have any leaks, that all the leaks on that list was fixed.
I would like to get Attorney Murphy's take on just the legal language, but if he doesn't see any problem with it, I'm in agreement.
As a former educator, I've worked with students from kindergarten to 8th grade.
Just like I gave you the comfort about your mother and my deepest sympathy, this is my daughter. And she is
I'm going by.
So you and Tiffany can beat me up, but I'm going to take care of my family.
And I can verify that our children need as much help as humanly possible.
Especially coming from Trustee Denton, I would respect that more than anything than just voting with the 4.
I just have to say this.
You the flip vote. No matter what you think. One thing I'm gonna tell you about this board. If it's for you guys, and you don't have to always go with the team. Period. And that's all I'm trying to make sure I educate people. You can't just vote with them just because they set you down, and say, I need your vote today. It got to make sense. You have to live with that at the end of the day. Now, if I'm a roll with it, I'm a roll with it. If I'm not, I'm not.
Our children vanish because of lack of knowledge.
You don't know when you there.
Bullshit! Bullshit! I don't even want to hear it.
God damn it, I'll hold right back in.
Order. It's over. Take him down.
Chief. Don't disrespect me.
Don't disrespect me.
No, you
Step out.
Yeah.
Needs to be escorted out of
You're
here.
not gonna come up here and disrespect me.
You're right.
I didn't disrespect you. You can go to hell. I'm leaving.
Robert.
I'm leaving.
Robert,
come on, Trustee.
Come on, Trustee. Robert.
You take that back to your community.
Robert.
I'm good.
Hey, Robert. Chief.
I am good.
Oh, man.
And if we could get something to them to help them, because it's a bad state of being out there for our children.
I call everybody up here. No one picks up my call. I call you, Trustee. I reached out because I said you should hear both sides. Don't just listen to one side. If they tell you something, it's like they brainwash you. They telling you something, and then you just roll with it, but you don't hear my side. So when I have something on the agenda, I'm talking about the agenda. I'm not talking like we finna be girlfriends, let's go out. I'm talking, okay, I got 4 items on the agenda. Can we sit down like ladies and discuss this? But nobody wants to talk. That's bad. And I'm the youngest one on this board, and I'm sitting here reaching out to y'all.
And I think this sounds like something that could really benefit our children.
As Trustee said, I work every day.
Okay, I'll pull that. Don't worry about it.
You can pull it. I'll show it to you.
Show it to me.
I had insurance on my job for 43
Show it to me,
years.
Trustee Pierson. I don't want to see that you worked on your job for 40 years. While you're making these budget cuts, my question is, the fact that you're making these budget cuts and you're cutting everybody else's medical insurance, but you're not talking about that which you spent when you had your surgery.
You're putting lies out there.
He has filed a claim, which was a significant amount.
Tell the truth.
Why are you upset about it?
Because I don't like lying.
With any
Because you're lying. That's why you're upset. You're lying.
Hold it. Miss Stephanie?
We could touch one child or save one person's life. We have done a good deed.
Can you live with the fact that you may have been a part of someone's political war against Mayor Rogers that ended up catching all of us in the crossfire? I know, they're able to speak for themselves.
I mean, just imagine how we could help the youth. How much is this going to cost taxpayers because you didn't do your job?
That's not true.
Oh, yes, it is,
It's
Mayor.
not true. And if you want to go in all these other towns where they've had shootings in these clubs, how come they're not preventing it?
I actually am not worried about the other
I
communities.
know you're not
I'm
worried
looking
about
at
it. You're just worried
Dolton.
about
No.
villainizing me. That's what you're worried about.
You could say that. So I'm in total agreement.
I don't have a problem with it. I would like to hear from the attorney.
The agreement is for a limited period of time, and it is free to the village. It can't be linked to any other advertising for any product or service.
I own Good Burger Restaurant. Tomorrow I am feeding everyone. It's free to all my Dolton residents, courtesy of Good Burger. I always give back to my community over my 7 years sitting on this board. I have a food truck. We do a lot of outdoor fests. That's a lot of fun. I announce this every board meeting. This is my last chance to let you guys know that I am hiring. I do pay $10 an hour starting rate. If anybody have any experience, such as a line cook, a manager, I'm hiring for all the above. Thank you, Mayor. End of my report.
Did you pay for that commercial?
What was the date that you were proposing that it be initially shown?
What is the time frame for putting things on the agenda, Clerk?
The deadline is the Monday before the Monday meeting, so it'll be 1 week before, and for trustees, it's noon on Tuesday before.
If the deadline is what you just stated, that did not happen. You guys added something extra to the agenda on Friday.
Yes, ma'am, as explained in my email. One was the fire engine. The item was tabled to the next meeting, therefore he did not submit a renewed request.
When we place rules, let's stick to the rules. Thank you.
Yes, trustee, and I would ask that that would be reciprocal.